Have you ever come back from a place with the feeling that something came back with you? I'm not talking about a memory or some kind of paranoia. I'm talking about that silent presence you sense in the back seat of the car even when you're driving alone. That strange reflection in the mirror that doesn't quite match your expression. Because some places don't just haunt you, they choose you. And when they choose, it's not for you to visit, it's so you never leave. This is the story of someone who thought he was just going camping with his brother. A weekend to reconnect, breathe fresh air, escape the city noise and the suffocating routine. But what he found in Blackstone National Park was something else. A living memory. An entity that refuses to be forgotten. And a pain that never heals because it has no body, no name, it only has presence, and it came to stay. Alex was always the older one. After the accident that took their parents, he took on the role life forced on him. Taking care of his brother, keeping everything together. Noah was more sensitive, quieter, the kind of person who gets lost in his own thoughts. When he suggested the trip, Alex hesitated, but something in his voice seemed to ask for help. So he said yes. They went to Blackstone, a dense, isolated forest where silence seems to scream. They chose a spot off the trail near a lake. On the first night, Alex woke up to a strange noise. Noah wasn't in the tent. He was standing still, staring into the darkness, and he kept saying, "She called me." The next day, he acted differently. Hollow eyes, expressionless face. He said a woman was trapped there near the lake, that she talked to him at night, that she whispered his name like she had known him forever. Alex tried to ignore it. He laughed. He brushed it off, but something inside him knew. It wasn't a joke. Noah started to become more and more absent, talking to himself, laughing for no reason, sleeping with his eyes open. On the third night, Alex woke up to a whisper. He couldn't tell if it was a dream or reality. The tent was freezing despite the thick sleeping bag. The zipper was open and Noah was gone. He searched for hours, called out, yelled, walked in circles until the sun rose. But there were no footprints, no tracks, no signs of struggle. It was as if the ground had swallowed his brother. A park ranger showed up the next day, said that area had been closed since a fire in the 90s. A woman had disappeared there. They never found her body. Only ashes and a cloth doll tied to a branch soaked in dried blood. Alex never knew her name. He only knew that Noah kept saying, "She's trapped here." Days after returning home, Alex began receiving text messages. They came from Noah's number. Simple things. "You left me. She got me. Listen to me." But Noah's phone was missing, just like him. The messages came at random times, 3:33 a.m., 2:17 a.m., 4:04 a.m., always repeated numbers like codes. He checked iCloud history, tried to track it, but nothing. It was as if the number was being used by something that didn't want to be found, only remembered. And here comes the shock. Alex started seeing Noah in his dreams, but it wasn't the brother he remembered. It was a burned version, empty eyes, mouth sewn shut with thin threads like dry branches. In the dreams, he'd reach out but never speak, and behind him, she was always there. A dark silhouette, standing still, head bowed, feet floating. Alex woke up feeling like he had brought dirt to bed, sand in his shoes, the smell of wet wood on his clothes. It was as if the park had come back with him, or maybe he never left. Do you still think camping alone is just a way to relax? Do you still believe every disappearance can be explained? Some places are older than explanations. And when pain, fear, and forgetting pile up in one place, it creates a kind of presence. Not a ghost, something worse. Something that doesn't just want to scare you, it wants to replace you. If this stirred something inside you, comment below, I'm here. Because sometimes just writing it down is enough for it to know you're listening, and that could be the beginning. Have you ever felt the weight of a gaze that isn't there? An invisible touch that makes your skin crawl, even when everything around you seems silent. Alex discovered that some presences don't leave. They stay, watch, wait. After Noah's disappearance, his life was never the same. Hope turned into obsession. Pain became a constant shadow that grew darker every day. He couldn't leave Blackstone Park as it was, as if time had swallowed his brother and was now swallowing the truth too. Driven by a mix of desperation and anger, Alex turned to obscure forums. Places where people shared experiences with the unexplainable. There he found others like him. People who lost loved ones in Blackstone, on trails that devoured bodies, voices that never ceased, eyes appearing where they shouldn't. He discovered the park was a cauldron of disappearances spanning decades, as if an ancient force resided there, feeding on the pain and fear of those who dared to set foot on that ground. Determined to face the terror head-on, Alex gathered a group to return to the park. Paranormal hunters equipped with thermal cameras, motion sensors, and audio recorders to capture what the eyes cannot see. They camped near the lake where Noah vanished. At 3:17 a.m., when everything should have been silent, the tent began to shake. There was no wind, no animal nearby. The sensors detected a presence. Human, perhaps, but with negative heartbeat readings, as if it were a specter, a lifeless body, an echo. On the recording, a voice cut through the silence. I am Noah. Don't leave me here. But the voice wasn't his. It was something distorted that made the air feel frozen. The group felt a panic that seemed to seep into their bones. a threat unseen but felt like a knife at the throat. When the expedition ended, one of the members disappeared, vanished without a trace, as if swallowed by the forest itself. And the most terrifying part, at the disappearance site, they found Alex's mother's old necklace, an object he would never have brought there. It was burned, marked by what seemed like pain crossing time and space. Alex realized then that the park isn't just a place, it's a vessel. A place where trapped souls and untold stories accumulate, waiting to be freed or avenged. But freedom may cost more than you imagine. He understands now that there are shadows that don't want to be forgotten. And when you step where death screamed in silence, they come to claim what's theirs. If this story resonated with something inside you, write in the comments, "I see you." Because some truths only exist if shared, and in the silence of the forest, even a whisper can be a scream.